beauties, it's your girl Dollar T, and welcome to episode 4, Brown Girl Full Face of Dollar Tree Makeup. Beauties, in these videos we like to come together and put on a full beat, a full glam, using only $1.25 products from our favorite store, Dollar Tree. From our beauty blenders to our makeup brushes, even down to our mirror, can be found at your local Dollar Tree for only $1.25. I'm going to switch it up a bit in this video and do a walkthrough, talk through of some of the products that I am using. Many of them you can still find, in March of 2026, but some of the items I definitely purchased last year and just haven't gotten around to playing in makeup. So with all that being said, go ahead, grab your water, grab your snack, and let's go ahead and get on into Brown Girl Full Face of Dollar Tree Makeup.
I ain't wanna be, you gon' make a whole out of me. Yeah.
Okay, beauty, so let's go ahead and start off with basing our face with a primer. I have here by the Lumiere Zodiac, the matte primer. I'm definitely an oily girl, so I'm going to go ahead and apply primer, and then we'll go ahead and get into our eyebrows. I normally start with brows first. I know some girlies will like do their foundation, but I like to just do my brows first and then go into my foundation. So let's quickly just blend this into the skin. I've used this primer definitely before, and I think it does an okay job of keeping me a little bit less greasy. But truth be told, y'all, I still have not found like that perfect primer for my oily skin. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, I'm my own little dewy situation. Definitely. Okay, I think that's blended in pretty good. And like I said, it does kind of leave like a cast, but if you're putting on your foundation, I won't complain. Definitely won't complain. Next, y'all, I have this like 5 device brow eyeshadow brush. It's just a cool little convention that I purchased from Dollar Tree by the brand, I think it's Plum Beauty. Yeah, Plum Beauty. You definitely should be able to still catch these in your stores, because I recently, within like the past 2 weeks, picked it up. But they have on here like a brow brush, and then a brow brush, and then the brow brush deck. So we're gonna use both of these parts to do our brows real quick. And next, y'all, I do like the micro filling brow tattoo. I have this in dark brown, and there's also a light brown. And this is by one of the new brands that is out by Ioni, one of the new lines out by Ioni. So if you can find it, go ahead and grab them. You're going to like them. I'm gonna fill in like the front portion of my brows and a little bit of the middle. Which brow I want to start with? Let's start with this one. I need to turn it this way. See the strokes that it gives? I love it. And next, I'm going to go in with Ioni's Perfect Brow Kit. Literally got this for just $1. And I got several of them, but I've already hit pan. You can tell how much I use these quite on the regular. But I love going into this dark brown here, and also this medium chocolate, and I normally will hit the white underneath my brow. So let's just touch into this a bit and fill in with the powder. I like more of a full darker brow, but for it to still look natural. And I think those look really good. Yeah. I messed up here a little bit, but I'm gonna hit that with concealer, so that won't be a problem. Next, y'all, I have the JOAH Warm Me Up Concealer, and this is in the color Tan. I have a few, and when these dropped in Dollar Tree, it was like 4 or 5 of them that dropped, and I think I grabbed all 4 or 5, but I'm going to use this to just outline my brows, and then if need be, I'll go in with my Candy Moyo to do the top portion of my brows. But let's try this because I heard really good reviews from this, and even though I paid $1.25 for these, they're gonna scan for 1 penny if you can still find them in your stores. Oh, and that says Kiss, y'all. Kiss. Wow, never would have known, because people were saying that this was like a Korean brand or something of that nature. Is Kiss Korean? Let's see what the wand looks like. Okay, regular doe fit wand. Yeah, I think that this is gonna be really good for underneath my brows, because it almost to me looks like my Candy Moyo dark chocolate. And this is what I use. Let's swatch them and see, so y'all can get the difference. So there's Candy Moyo dark chocolate. Oh no, the Candy Moyo is definitely darker. Y'all, I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. Only thing we can do is try. Okay, here we go. I'm actually using that same brush. Just touch this off the back of my hand because you don't need much. And let's go underneath these brows. Yeah, I will say this brush is giving a little stiff. All right, y'all. So I don't think that I'm going to like the Candy Moyo on top of my brows to outline. So I'm just going to go in with dark chocolate Candy Moyo to outline the top of my brows. But as far, we're gonna see what the rest of the makeup look like, because I can't really give right this second my take on how this one is performing. I don't think it's terrible. I will say that. I don't think it's terrible. For this part, I'm actually going to go in with one of the blue brushes that you get in that 4-pack that we got from Dollar Tree. These came in a pack of 4, and they're like maybe 3 or 4 editions of the brushes now. I have this blue pack or the blue set, and then I also grabbed one of the black sets. And I like the quality of these brushes. But let's just go into Candy Moyo Dark Chocolate and do the top of our brows. All right, y'all, so brows are done and I am not mad at them. Definitely, I think that this is good if you are one of the girlies who likes a brighter, you know, under eye. For me, it depends on the day. For every day, I'm gonna have to say no. I like more of a natural look, so I primarily daily use the Candy Moyo on top and bottom for my outlining of brows. But for a glammed up look, you're gonna like this. You're really going to like this, so I'm glad that I purchased this one. Now, y'all, let's go ahead and move into the eyes and do a little bit of eyeshadow primer as well as a little bit of shadow. And I think I'm gonna go for just like a basic brown glitter eye. Yeah, I don't do all the colors. I'm trying to get into colors more, but for the sake of the video today, let's just do kind of like a everyday kind of eyeshadow look. got this for just 1 penny. So definitely if you see this, snag it if you're on the hunt for an eyeshadow primer. I have the Ioni one, this one here. And y'all, this to me just dries out a little bit too quickly, and I don't have to have this again. The eyeshadow primer that dropped from Ioni, to me it dried out way too quickly. And I don't think that it necessarily did anything for my eyeshadow. So, but I have, you know, this one, and I actually purchased the backup one, so we're gonna use them up. But I don't know, eyeshadow primers just don't fall into my daily makeup routines. But this one is supposed to be a shimmer finish, and I also have a matte finish one too that I bought for just $1, but because I'm doing more of a shimmery brown today, I decided to pop this one open and see what it gives. Okay, so this primer definitely has some shimmer in it, and I think that that is very pretty. We'll see, you know, how it does as far as holding the shadow in place. But so far, so good for this to be quote unquote old makeup for a penny. So, okay, LA Colors. I think that's pretty. Next, Drew Barrymore gave us a few Flower Quad shadow palettes. So this is in the shade Petal Play. And let's go ahead and dig into these colors. I think they're really cute. All right, so I'm gonna take my fluffy blue brush and go into this darker brown here. On camera, it looks to be a little lighter, but it's actually quite a chocolate brown. And I'm just going to cut my crease with this one. Next, y'all, I'm going to just spray down that same brush I used to carve out my brows with the concealer. I'm just going to spray it with my Mercerie setting spray just to get it a little wet, just so that we can pick up, just one time is good, pick up a little bit of this shadow. And y'all, let's see, I think I want to hit this one. Yeah, I think I want to hit this one for our lid. And let's put it all over the lid. Okay, so I think that is really pretty. I am just going to clean up and blend. No product added. Just going to clean up and blend. Okay, so Flower doesn't disappoint. I was expecting this brown to be a little less chocolatey on the lid, but oh no, it doesn't give smoke. It's just, I thought it was gonna be a little lighter, but still very pretty. Moving on. Next, y'all, Cookie, an Asian Korean based line, definitely has been giving us some nice blue products to choose from. And I'm going to try out this gel eyeliner just on my top lash line, because I'm going to use a white eyeliner for my lower lash line. But I'm gonna try this gel one just to see what it's giving. And it also comes with a sponge at the base. So, and this is in Jet Black. And it has a twist up. And I like that point. I like that point. So let's glide this on, see if it glides. Yeah, this is a good little liner. I think I still prefer my liquid, but this is a good little liner. And it's not picking up my eyeshadow from what I can tell. Definitely glides on. I kind of do wish the tip was maybe a little smaller, but there's the liner. Not bad. All right. So next, y'all, I'm just going to use my switching sponge just to clean off a little bit of the shadow that and this works really well. See, it's definitely pulling off some of that shadow, but I just want to blend without applying more shadow. So I just want to touch up on this eyeshadow on my lid. Just touch. Okay. Next, y'all, let's go into our foundation, and this is the Bold by the City of Color. Y'all, is it oxidation? Is that what it's called that has made this foundation turn orange? I'm not going to use a lot of it, but in the beginning, I actually, pretty much liked this. But now that it's orange, I don't know, because that is not your girl's color. But we're going to work with it, okay? We're going to bronze it up, deepen it up. But, oh, I put a little bit too much right there. This is not your girl's color. But we're going to work with her. And again, new beauty blender, and I'm just going to dampen it up a little bit with the setting spray. Give this one probably three good pumps. Let's just tap this into place underneath our eye. Okay. Bam, foundation is on. And now let's do our under eyes. Let's hit this hard candy color corrector and try to just touch into these dark circles a tad. I just like to go, underneath. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna take the opposite end of this beauty blender and kind of see what I can blend out. Let's touch. This is gonna go right underneath, on top of this with our concealer. And now, y'all, let's go in with our concealer. We're gonna try the Tan in Joya again. Let's just try this one. Underneath our eyes a bit. It may give us too bright, but just gonna use a little bit. Just a V. Just a little bit. Then I'm gonna go in, and I think, y'all, this one is chocolate, but I could be wrong. I don't know what color this is in the Candy Moyo. It's the shade next to dark chocolate though. It might just be chocolate, but I'm gonna hit my inner corner with this one. And then in dark chocolate Candy Moyo, I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose, chin, and a little bit on the forehead. Okay, and I'm going to go in with, let's see what color this one is. Yeah, I have no idea what color this one is, but it's the shade, oh, fair medium. Fair medium, and I'm gonna hit just the bridge of my nose right here with this one. I kind of want to go on the outskirts of my eyes with that one too. Okay. And y'all, I have been loving this little silicone to do underneath my eyes, so let's go ahead and work this in. Next, y'all, I'm gonna just take that same beauty blender and tap down the rest of my concealer for my nose. And then I'm gonna go in with my Ioni translucent mattifying powder and apply that underneath my eyes. I'm gonna use my puff. This is so cute. Y'all, this is so stinking cute. I really think this is adorable. But let's get this onto here. Go underneath these eyes. Alright, y'all, so I'm going to allow this to bake and next work on my contour. I picked this up from LA Colors, and this is their deepest shade, So Defined. I'm going to hit this cream color, and then I think I want to use the powder as an all-over face powder. Even though it has a little bit of glitter in it, I think I'll be okay. Dollar Tree doesn't really have a lot of finishing powders in darker shades for the chocolate girls, so when I saw this, I thought that I could use it, you know, for dual purposes. The cream definitely for contour, but this powder, I think I'm going to use it for an all-over face powder. So let's pop this one open, and I'm going to go in with my dirty little kabuki brush. I think all of us kind of went crazy when we saw these, and they have them in several different colors. I know that there's a black one, and I want to say a white one too. But let's go ahead and give ourselves a contour. Let's pray that this works. Y'all, I see contour. I'm not mad at that. And next I'm gonna use the fluffier of the brushes in that quad and just hit my nose. Y'all, look at this. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the deeper you kind of go into this actual cream, the more chocolatey it is. Like, if you can tell on this side, I haven't really touched that with my brush, but in the section that I've, you know, definitely hit with my brush, it looks more chocolate. So it's more of a rich brown. I'm gonna see if I can contour my nose a bit. All right, next, y'all, let's hit with a little bit of this blush, and this is the La Dolce Vita line, and it's the same line, if I make no mistake, that the micro filling brow tattoo came in. So this is the new line, one of the newer lines dropped by Ioni. And I already know I'm going to love this blush, and I know to go very light-handed with it. So many of the other girlies have just been blown away with how pigmented this is. So I'm going to go in with a very light hand. And y'all, I'm just gonna blend out with my Sassy and Chic dual ended. It's a little dirty, so let's switch and sponge it. Oh, and you can also find these now for a penny too. These switching sponges. They're just a penny if you can find one. I think that is so pretty. And now with the semi-clean brush, also grab this from Dollar Tree. Let's go ahead and brush away some of our bake. I'm gonna have to hit this. Okay, and I also have here Gold Glam, the brightening bronze, and this is in Chloe. Also, if you can find it, you know, it's just a penny. I picked it up for a penny. And let's give ourselves a little bit of highlight. Look how gorgeous that color is. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And next, y'all, I'm just gonna try to dust a little bit of this powder all over my face. Again, I don't have an all over powder, but I feel like this will be okay. Then in the areas that I know I'll get the most oily, I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of this Marie Claire finishing powder. It's really a setting powder. I use my same brush and just hit the areas I know is going to get oily. I just know it is. Next, y'all, I have here one of the liner pencils. Y'all, I've forgotten the name of it, but it's essentially Ageless, that brand. And it's just their white eyeliner pencil. And I'm going to hit my lower lash line. Next, y'all, I'm just going to hit with a little bit of mascara, and this is Fat Lash by Ioni. I don't necessarily care for it, but I definitely want to use it up before I start popping, you know, open more shadows and more eyelash stuff. Girl, more mascara. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Next, my beauties, I have here some Halfling lashes, and have never tried Halfling lashes before, but we're going to give these a go for today. And if you can find these, they're 1 cent. I picked them up for 25 cents, but they're definitely 1 cent if you can find this this line of Ioni lashes in stores. And I also have here some Duo glue. I am certain that I paid $1.25 for these, but again, if you can find them currently, they are only 1 cent. So rack up if you can find them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on, and then I will be right back. All right, beauties, so lashes are on, and I think the Halflings are so pretty. Real quick, I was tripping and forgot to do my brow glue. So I have here the new line by Ioni, but I also have this old one, the older line, and I think I actually prefer this one more than the new line. But let's roll with the new line, because this stuff is, y'all, this stuff is glue. You gonna need Vaseline WD-40 to get this stuff off your eyebrows when you get ready to take your makeup off. So just don't say Dollar T didn't tell you, but for the sake of the video and keeping things in place, let's just add a bit to our brows so that they will stay in place. But this is very good brow gel. I just prefer that other one because I feel like I don't have to do as much when I take my makeup off at the end of the day. But there's that. So apply that. And next, I think I want to pop just a little bit of color into my brow bone. and my inner corner. A little pointy brush. Let's hit underneath the brows with this. You don't need much because that, I'm telling you, that concealer by Joa is quite the concealer. But let's just dust a little bit underneath that brow bone. Might have put a little bit too much. Okay, and then I want to take a little bit into the inner corner. Use my mirror. I feel like people don't do inner corner color anymore, and that's so sad to me because that is, you know, our makeup. I feel like that's how we all started, but a lot of people don't do inner corners anymore, but I do when I remember to. Definitely will pop a little bit. And if you wanted to, I'm sure you know, you could drag this along your waterline too, but I think I'm done here. I think that this is, because I want this to be a basic look, basic everyday makeup, girl. Next, y'all, let's go ahead and go into our lippy. And I have here Ione's True Brown Liner. Y'all know she the GOAT. And also Drew Barrymore's Flower Gloss Crush, and this is in the color Honey Crush. So I really like this. I have 4 of them now. I definitely went back and grabbed a couple more, but these are very pretty and give great shine, great hydration. So I'm gonna apply my lippy, and then we'll come back and do our setting spray together. All right, beauties, so lippy is on, and I think she is rather gorge. Next, just final touches. I want a little mold, so I'm going to go in with the liquid eyeliner by La Mercerie and give myself a cute little mold. I think I'm gonna go on the opposite side of my nose ring, just on my cheek area here, upper lip here. Cute little 1 dot. You can barely see it, but it's there. And then also I want to go in with the new mattifying setting mist. Also another product from the La Dolce Vita by Ione line. So I'm gonna hit myself with a few of these. It smells good and it feels really good. So let's let that dry down. Also from Dollar Tree. And finally, beauties, just for a little added touch, I have here some bronzer drops and my new Cocoa Rose. Y'all, Cocoa Rose is rose scented, okay? And I'm not a big rose scented girly, but this does smell really well. And I thought that it would pair really good with my new set by, y'all, what's the brand that I got from CVS? Yeah, I can't even think of the brand, but something soap and glory. Yeah, Soap and Glory line that I just purchased from, I think it was CVS. Their Soap and Glory line I thought would pair really well with this too. So I'm gonna shower tonight and apply both and see what it gives. But for the sake of using the bronzer drops, let's mix a little bit of the bronzer drops with the Cocoa Rose that we can grab from Dollar Tree and see what she gives. Just on the chest area here, just to give a little, you know, this, just that amount. And there you have it, my beauties. I hope that you all enjoyed my Brown Girl Full Face of Dollar Tree Makeup video edition 4, episode 4. Y'all, I love these videos. Definitely, if you would like to see more of them, let your girl know so that when I'm out there doing my hopping, shopping in Dollar Trees, I can be on the lookout for products that I can include to make these videos just a little bit more entertaining, a little bit better. Anywho, thank you again so much for watching. Dollar T will see you in the next video. We're signing off. Later, beauties.